How do you like this? We bought this multi-layered fruit plate, but I'm not sure if you can actually can see how big it is because this is absolutely huge. Actually, it's heavier than the table underneath. I put the nutcracker figures here because I really like them and I can have them out only in the winter time. And right now it's raining, and the rain is sometimes it switches to snow and then switches back to rain. But it's not the weather channel. Let's go back to business. So from friends, I got vouchers. So we went to the city to use them up, all of them, and we bought this. I really wanted to have this multi-layered something, and when we saw this particular one, wooden one, we just we just purchased it, but it's so heavy. I had problem carrying it on the public transport. The bus we were coming home with was completely full of people. I think the driver was on some sort of strike because half of the people were so the passenger didn't pay for the ticket or anything. So there was like a huge crowd there, and I had this in my hand, and this is very heavy, very big, and I was all the time was knocking on the wall on the everything, but it's quite strong, so I think it's gonna be fine. It didn't chip or anything. It's a beautiful handmade wooden stuff. That's why it's so heavy. And we're gonna put some banana on it. I have one, two, three, four, five, six of them because we don't have more. And but it's okay. We're gonna buy more tomorrow to fill it up. We talk about here life in London and Hungary as well, because I'm from there. I was born and raised there in Eastern Europe, and there's so many things to say about that. So I'm gonna let you in on some secrets. So there is a person, nobody knew his name a year ago, and now he's one of the most talked about person in Hungary. So we're gonna talk about his New Year's evening speech. But first, we need to start with a gentleman, the new president of Hungary. His name is Tamás Súlyok. But the thing is, in Hungary, this position, president of Hungary, basically holds no significance at all. At all. So he's just a person, goes to work every day and then goes home, and basically that's it. The real power is with Mr. Orban. So this new person came to the scene, this Tamás Súlyok, and they decided to do a video for him for his social media. They made a video asking people of the streets, if they know him, and everyone said, yeah, we know this name, Tamás Súlyok. We know this name, Tamás Súlyok. And it turned out that actually they gave candy. Can you believe it? Candy to the people, so they answer to the question in the right way. And it got out so quickly. But this is like, it's not a really big problem, everyone would forget about this very quickly. But there is a tradition. There is a very important tradition I'm going to talk about now. So this Tamás Súlyok, he's part of the governing party called Fidesz. And the opposition, the most important figure in the opposition right now, is called Peter Magyar. Magyar means Hungarian, actually. So Peter Magyar. So this guy said, ho 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 ho, I'm gonna do something about this, because what happened is that there is a tradition that that at New Year's Eve, after the hymnus, after midnight, there's a hymnus, and then people clicking the glasses filled with champagne, and then they listen to the president of Hungary's speech. So that's the New Year's Eve program. This is how I grow up. It's a tradition. And this new president of Hungary, Tamás Súlyog, he changed this. He said, I'm not gonna do this at New Year's Eve, I'm gonna do this at Christmas. So what happened is there was a void. There was nothing going on at New Year's Eve. So this guy from the opposition, Peter Magyar, he decided to fill this void and do a video talking to the people on New Year's Eve. So I'm listening to quite lots of journalists from Hungary, because it's very popular now to have podcasts. So I'm listening to those, and even people who don't like the opposition, even people who don't like this person, Peter Magyar, everybody agreed that it was one of the best speech ever, because he didn't just talk to the people as a lot, as a crowd. He was mentioning names, personal stories of people in need, who needs help. He didn't just talk to everyone. He said, okay, Johnny from XYZ village, when we met, you said you needed to decide, you buy medicine or heat your house, and so on. Names, villages, problems, everyone, everywhere. And nobody ever done this before. Secondly, in his New Year's Eve speech, Peter Magyar called for an early election. Fun fact, someone spotted 8 billion put aside in the annual budget, 8 million put aside for an election in 2025, and we're not gonna have, we didn't plan it. We're supposed to have an election a year after in 2026. So the government party reacted that there will be no early elections. So Peter Magyar called for an early election in his New Year's Eve speech. And of course, the governing party immediately said no, immediately refused it. What a trick! I met Peter Magyar back in December in the University of Greenwich. There was an event collecting Christmas presents for people in need. And the next day, not even 24 hours passed, this guy who was talking in London, he went back to Hungary and he had another event. So there was a live video we were watching at home. and it's something absolutely unbelievable, because we didn't get used to this on our part of the world. Someone working 24/7, day and night, and showing everything on social media, live videos and all that stuff. So this is absolutely the first politician who prioritized social media over traditional media. He actually worked out a TV studio after a provocative question from a reporter. So it's a very exciting year in Eastern Europe right now. So the first thing, tomorrow we're gonna buy more fruit so we can fill up this multi-layered fruit basket.